I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-macabre, it's time for the only news that matters, and Sammy Hagar explains why he whipped it out while opening for Kiss. Sammy Hagar lies. Sammy Hagar insists that his 1977 on-stage meltdown, in which he exposed his genitals to a sold-out crowd of Kiss fans and destroyed an expensive guitar, was ultimately a good thing, he says. And it's a lie. And it was beautiful, it says, in its own way, because it gave me a drive. He explained recently on the Rocks program, it made me angry. And I said that fucking shit is never gonna happen again. Hagar was invited to open for Kiss at 10 concerts on their Rock and Roll Over Tour, stating with an important show at Madison Square Garden in the headlining band's hometown of New York City in February. Unfortunately, Kiss was at the peak of their popularity, and Hagar's appearance wasn't promoted in advance to the band's rabid fans. They really didn't know I was going to be on the show, Hagar recalls. So when the guy came out and announced it, I'm standing on the side of the stage, I'm pumped, and the guy goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sammy Hagar." And the place just started booing. They didn't even know who I was. Well, maybe it was just a bunch of people that hated McDonald's. And when you walked out, they thought it was Ronald McDonald. They're like, no, bring out the other clowns. Anyway, Sammy says, I tried to give it up. I worked them hard with the 2 rock songs, and then I went to the ballad. In those days, you did 2 heavies, and then you go into a ballad, which was usually your hit. Oh man, they just went off. A frustrated Hagar turned to the crowd by dropping his pants. I just stopped the song and said, I'm so glad they flew in a special audience from Los Angeles for me, he explained. Then I pulled my pants down. I shook it and then smashed my guitar to bits and walked off stage saying, F you. That was a 61 Strat. I believe that thing would have been worth $500,000 probably, but I smashed it to pieces, and that's how pissed off I got. Hagar's actions stunned both the headliners and legendary promoter Bill Graham, who just happened to stop by to the show unannounced. Graham got his hands in his face. He didn't know what to say. He was speechless. And Paul Stanley went up to Sammy saying, oh my God, you can't do that, man. They were freaking out, the Kiss guys, and I said, F it. I told my manager I'm not doing one more show ever with these guys ever again, and I never have. I went to see them because we're friends, but I wouldn't even try to open for them again. But then seconds later, Mr. Unhonesty Hagar has this to say. But then again, honestly, right now I would open for them. That would be the coolest thing in the world. But only for one reason. Let's go to Madison Square Garden and I'll open for you. Let's have another crack at this. So all of a sudden Sammy's like, I would never open for them again. And then he thought, wait a second, they're playing Madison Square Garden on their farewell shows. Let me try to weasel my way into that. And you know the reason that Sammy did not get arrested for whipping it out and shaking it in front of the audience is because he's not packing anything. There's no evidence that anything actually did shake when he pulled his pants down. I mean, I believe he's hung like Ken, the Ken doll. Anyway, that's it for the news. I want to thank you all for watching. You all rule, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I would really appreciate that. And, like this video. That's really good for the YouTube algorithms. And click the little notification bell. And I really do appreciate you all still watching and listening to me now. And I want you to stay frosty. I want you to visit record stores and buy physical media. I want you to listen to Black Sabbath and smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu